Hello, welcome to A Journey Through Tarot. I'm excited this morning, this afternoon, I guess you could say. Um, so I've been trying to infiltrate more readings into my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and let you guys know that I would love some feedback as far as what type of readings you would like. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a collective reading just to kind of get the energies of what the collective is feeling. So I have here a few decks that kind of are very close and near and dear to my heart. So everyone loves the Light Seers deck, of course. We have the Good Tarot, and then we have the Magical Nordic Tarot, which is one of my favorites. And also, the same person who created the Good Tarot, her name is Colette Baron Reed. She also did a Oracle deck, which is the most gorgeous, beautiful deck. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's my go-to for myself. So I just figured, hey, let's find out what's going on in the collective. I'll clarify with these other decks, but let's start with the Light Seers. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you enjoyed your holidays. Christmas is coming. I wonder if everyone has already put up their tree. We haven't quite yet. My family was on vacation, so hopefully we'll do that soon. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit for a quick, concise clarification reading. Just in case you're feeling like you can use the extra, clarification and understanding right now in your life, especially during the holidays. I know everyone is supposed to be happy and we're all supposed to, follow this role of just being Santa Claus when some of us, especially those who've experienced trauma or have lost someone during the holidays, we'd like to put on a brave face, but it really isn't easy. So this is for those of you who are struggling and would like a reading just to kind of help yourself feel right again with the world. I know that we all have some days where we're just like, you know what, I don't want to put on a happy elf face today because, life is real and things happen, especially when you wake up and you're feeling like you're in a nightmare, And I just want you to know that you're not alone, that we all experience trauma. And by the way, trauma, the traumatic experience that our brain feels, that sensation of the brain trying to heal itself or trying to escape from the trauma, no two traumas are the same, and I'm not lessening anyone who has been through a lot. But what I want to know and to describe is that the brain sees trauma the same way, whether it's something that happened, like someone witnessed something brutal happening, or if it was just something simple like, you felt abandonment as a child because, your parent wasn't involved. So although the experience, I'm not lessening it from either side. I just want everyone to know that trauma is trauma. And those who are dealing with it during these seasons, we need to be patient with them. And we need to have understanding because we do not know what everyone else is going through. So I just wanted to mention that. I did just use my Palo Santos just to kind of cleanse the area before we begin. All right, spirit guides, ancient ancestors. I'm going to shuffle 4 times. For some reason, that number decided to pop up into my head. Ignore my terrible shuffling on the camera, by the way. Not the best shuffler, but, it is what it is. Okay. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please give us a clear and concise reading for the collective. Spirit, what do we need to know today? What messages do you have for us? Okay, so apparently Spirit has a lot to say. So, sorry about my shadow. I'm going to try to stay still. Okay, so we have the Fool. new beginnings. Also, this particular deck always reminds me of, sorry, I'm forgetting the name. It's a Disney movie. Not Mulan. Pocahontas. For some reason that was taking me a minute, so I apologize. But this reminds me of Pocahontas in that point where she decides to just jump into the water from the waterfall. This girl in the picture depicted just really reminds me of someone who's releasing and just taking that journey head on. They do say it's a leap of faith. In this particular deck, I do see that someone is following their faith. They're choosing to look beyond just the logical aspects and actually following faith. We do have the star in reverse. So that energy I was picking up a little bit ago when I was speaking about, what people are going through during this holiday season. Anyone who's feeling hopeless right now, I just want you to know that energies can move swiftly. Just hang on. You'll get there. Sometimes it is better to feel the feelings rather than to distract ourselves from them. So if you're, watching movies or going out, drinking, doing anything to kind of escape from reality, it actually is going to add, it's going to make it more difficult to face it later on. So it's easier to just face your feelings, to sit with them, and then gently release. And this first card depicted here, I feel as though she is releasing them. It's almost like a cleanse falling into the water here. And I can almost see these as little small stars. It's like the hope. It awaits you. I understand that right now you're feeling a little lost, a little hopeless, but that's an energy that will pass. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups. So I generally see this as communication, someone reaching out to someone else, or there's something that's happening behind the scenes that you're not seeing that's developing through the divine. So although we feel as though sometimes life just hits us and we don't know why, and it's almost like it's untold. It's like, why did this happen to me? I have all these questions with no answers. It's almost as if we believe that things are happening just because. It's like, why me? Yet behind the scenes, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors are guiding you towards the light. Although you feel a little hopeless and a little torn away from maybe your spirit guides right now, or God, or Jesus, or maybe you've lost your faith at the moment. But I want to remind you that there's something coming in that just makes you completely turn 180. Your mindset will change. Things will change. Good things are happening. Good things are on their way as long as you stay patient. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you joking me? This is the most wonderful card in the deck. Okay, this is emotional stability. This is financial stability. This is the ultimate relationship, the equal give and take, the dog, the kids, the wonderful house. This is not just stability for yourselves. This is stability for your children. This is stability for your children's children. This is an ongoing, beautiful, loving energy that follows you throughout your lifetime, okay? This card to me is one of the most incredible cards you can receive. So as far as this hopelessness, that is going to be changed. This new beginning is going to bring you something so grand, so incredible, that you are just going to rejoice. That's the word that comes to mind here. You're getting out of the mindset of feeling apathy and depression and lackluster, okay? This is telling me in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse is telling me that you're letting go of that stuck, stagnant energy that you have felt, and you're letting it go. It's interesting here that the Queen of Wands is in reverse, especially after this wonderful card here. So we'll definitely clarify that. The Queen of Cups, I mean, I'm sorry, did I say cups? I meant wands. She is usually very passionate, loving. She's the hot commodity, right? She is always self-made. She doesn't need anyone else. She's independent. But my thing with the Queen of Wands in reverse is showing me that there is either someone feeling jealousy, either that, or they're feeling, this could be your energy, that you're feeling like you're putting yourself first due to all of the heartbreak that you have experienced in the past, potentially. So let's go ahead and clarify. I just want to verify that. And then we can also clarify the Page of Cups to see if we'll get kind of a, I don't know where to shuffle on this. Like, I just made like a small area on my desk, so I'm going to try to shuffle to the side here. All right, so Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, please clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. I generally take this deck because it's such a big deck, and I tend to just pull from it. So let's just see. Spirit guides, please clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You cannot make this up. Spirit is guiding us right now. When I asked to clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse, what did I get? The Queen of Wands in reverse. You're lacking passion, and I'm going to go ahead and just emulate the fact that relationship is not on your mind. You are like, that's the last thing on earth that I would want right now. You are, it's almost a little headstrong. That's kind of the terminology I want to use to describe how you're feeling right now towards love. So that's really interesting. Okay, well, that clarified itself. So there's not really much else. Spirit is like, yeah, I meant to put that card down. Okay, let's clarify the Page of Cups. Spirit, can we go ahead and clarify the Page of Cups, please? Seven of Wands in reverse. In this particular deck, the Seven of Wands in reverse would mean that you're finally putting down your walls. So Seven of Wands is generally like someone hanging on to swords and has a barrier barricading themselves. They're protecting themselves, right? Seven of Wands in reverse tells me that your defenses, which is the card in this particular deck, your defenses are now lowered. So although you're lacking passion right now, you're getting out of this depressive state, but you're still lacking passion for relationships. You're like, I'm happier within myself right now. I don't need to focus on that. But I think either on an, inner, maybe no one knows about it, but I think you're starting to open up your heart a little bit to the idea of a relationship. This is something that you would absolutely crave, perhaps in the future. I don't think you're focused on it right now. I think you're focused on your goals and yourself right now. Let's see if we can clarify a couple cards here with the Good Tarot. And I'll just go ahead and do the same thing because this is a bigger card deck as well. Okay. So the Star in reverse Spirit, can you go ahead and clarify that for us? The 10 of Earth in reverse. So why is this card so similar? What in the world? I think Spirit is like, I'm very clear on my messages right now. Look at these two cards and how similar they look right now. Two completely different decks. 10 of Earth reversed. But I mean, the imagery is still the same, you know? So let's just go ahead and see. I might kind of look into this card here just to kind of get a more interpretive meaning, because I love how the Good Tarot describes things. The 10 of Earth, it says, I am now able to step back and observe the results of what I have built through my dedication and hard work. I claim ownership of the castles I built, that I have taken form in the material world. I have achieved mastery and inherited treasures of knowledge and experience. I smile appreciatively at the run of my good fortune. So it is in reverse. So although you feel like you've done a lot of hard work to earn things, I don't feel like you're recognizing the results quite yet, but I just want to keep reminding you that this incredulous, this stupendous life awaits you. So let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, can you clarify the 10 of Pentacles, please, for me, Spirit? The 4 of Water. I love this deck, but I don't quite know. I think that's the 4 of Cups. Dreaming and introspection, contemplation. So, yeah, it is the 4 of Cups, which was down here, right? But it was in reverse down here. So I feel like this is maybe previous energy, and then this is kind of where it's ending up. So it says, a lull in the action offers a chance for me to dream even bigger than before. Whatever plans turn out not to have come to fruition as expected, I feel secure knowing that even greater things may await me. So I have faith in perfect timing and divine order. So I feel as though you need to have faith, okay? I feel like something is really holding you back, and you're thinking that, I don't know if this is financially or if this is just the fruits of your labor when it comes to a relationship. So I just want to say that whatever you're feeling now that is causing you the idea of lack, whether that be in abundance as far as, you know, successes, like the way that you value yourself shouldn't be having a house, car, this and that. But I know the 3D world causes us to want these things and need these things. So I just want to remind you, and Spirit wants to remind you, that abundance can be a multitude of things. It could be just feeling happy within yourself, in your mental stability, right? It could be having a relationship, and that is enough for some people. Or having all of these luxurious items but wishing you had a relationship, that's still lacking abundance, right? So Spirit wants to remind you that you need to have faith and that things will all work out. Let's clarify the 4 of Cups. Spirit guides, clarify the 4 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be celebration, okay? Friendships and happiness and love surrounding you. You're not alone. Spirit says you're not alone. Okay. Take a deep breath here. And I just want to go ahead and read from, I want to pull from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And then I think we'll wrap it up. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I just want you guys to know that although holiday seasons are coming and looming, and some people feel a certain way about them and others enjoy them, and I'm happy for you. And I hope there's lots of celebrations in your future. I'm sorry I keep bumping into this. I'm just going to shuffle over here really fast. I hope that you have lots of abundance and celebration and be surrounded by your loved ones. If that's something that you feel like brings you joy in life. If that's something that you feel the opposite, and there are a lot of us who have, ill relationships with our family, and we're expected to see them and we're forced to see them, but they're toxic to us. So those of you who have that scenario where, your family could be the toxic ones to you, I don't feel like you should put yourself in that position. And I don't want you to feel obligated I don't want you to feel guilty if you don't go and see your family, and I don't want them to guilt you. That's for someone, because I know what that feels like. I tend to want to stray away from my family dynamics because they tend to be more toxic than they're worth, and that's just my opinion, and my family would disagree. And I'm very vulnerable on this channel, and I just want everyone to know I'm not trying to be a negative person. I just am saying that your mental health should go above anyone and anything. And that's just my opinion on the matter. If you need to isolate yourself from your family or, be with your friends rather than your family, I think that's a great idea, Or, those of you this doesn't resonate for, please enjoy your time with your family as much as you possibly can while you have them around. It's a great time to spend time together. And I hope that you have found your, spirit family, your soul tribe. And if you found that in your biological family, that's awesome. Some of us don't have that, so you're very lucky. But if you found that in your friendships, that is your soul tribe. That's your family. Those people who light your light up, add to it rather than take away, that's your soul tribe. That's your real family. And a lot of us are lucky that we have found them in friendships rather than at home. So anyways, I tend to go on tangents, so I apologize. This card wanted to come out very particularly. I kept trying to shuffle and it just decided to be out. So stand still to me is saying, take the time when you can, because I feel like you're very busy as a collective right now. We're all pretty busy with the holidays. Just take a moment and spend 15 minutes in quiet stillness. Whether that be taking a walk, taking your dog on a walk, and just saying, hey guys, I need a moment to myself. I'm going to go walk the dog. Because I can understand a lot of families coming in, you guys are constantly doing this, doing that. How about you take a moment and say, hey, I'd like to take a shower. I'll be back. And then just take a nice bath and just sit in silence for 5 to 10 minutes. I feel like you definitely need this. As a collective, we all need this. Meditation would be even better if you know how to meditate or if that's something you're interested in. I would just YouTube meditation. You can put headphones in your ears. You don't even have to try to think, and music will play. And someone will guide you through a meditation. That's something I definitely recommend. Reiki, R-E-I-K-I. Reiki healing is something I would YouTube. Something that I love to do is just music in the background, and it's actually healing. So if you're dealing with a lot and you need a de-stressor, look that up on YouTube. I can even link some really good YouTube channels that provide Reiki. Wild Woman, I love this. And then the Arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and read from the Wild Woman out of the guidebook, if I can find it. Where do I have my guidebook? Let's see. Okay. So, Wild Woman, number 62. Love this whole energy right now. It says, when the wild woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divestead of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present in life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. So I apologize for my reading. I keep messing up words. But what this is, and this almost kind of made sense with our reading, where I'm talking about society has these constraints on us where you're forced to do this and that for the holidays. You're forced to spend your entire paycheck just to put a smile on someone else's face. But it's like, if that's not something that will benefit you, if that's something that will cause your mental health to deplete, and you're spending way outside of your means just for Christmas, please don't do that this year. Please explain and be honest with those around you and say, hey, I have a budget this year. Try to make homemade gifts or try to do gestures for those you love. You're like, hey, I can't afford it this year, but I'll go ahead and, clean out your closet or whatever. I don't know what the case. That was just a random example that, popped into my head. I'd love to watch your kids for you and give you a weekend free, something that you can offer your services for in return for a gift, if at all possible, or creating something for someone to enjoy. Just putting up the tree and being like, hey, here's some hot cocoa, just the small things. You don't have to go above and beyond your means, and I know the stressors that can bring. I actually know that very particularly because my kids, their birthday is on November 20th, and it's right before Thanksgiving, and then right after Thanksgiving, it's like we're starting to take care of Christmas, and it gets stressful. So I like to try to do things in advance. Amazon has been an awesome help for me, personally. I'm able to just purchase my items. I can wrap them later. Luckily we live in a lifestyle right now where we can do those types of things. There are little odd jobs you can do if that's something you're interested in, like door dashing and making a little extra money. That's just a random thought that came into my head. I just don't want people to lose their, not be able to pay rent or, things like that. It's like, follow your true self and what feels right. And if you feel like you want to spend all your money and that's something you enjoy doing, then that's great. But those of you who are like, I'm forced to do it and I'm stressed, I just don't think that's necessary. So anyways, that was a little bit of a rant again. Okay. So number 3, the arrow. Receiving this symbol reminds you that you are in alignment with your heart and soul. You are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. So that brings us back to this energy up here, that stagnant energy you were feeling. Allow your true self to come out, and you'll realize that you're hitting your mark. A little bit more stillness, maybe some more journaling and recognizing your triggers and things like that. Surrounding yourself around more friends, I think, will really bring out some good feelings into your life. But what they want to say is pay attention. You're about to make a mark. It says, this is the time to admit that by continuing on the path you are on, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. So that last message I talked about, finances seems to be a concern potentially in this reading for maybe the collective right now. And I just want to ask you to recognize what you're doing and admit it, and then, go from there. Start writing out maybe an Excel sheet or something to help you remember. Have your bank take out 10% to save your paycheck every 2 weeks. That might be something that would be helpful to someone. I had a friend, and I'm going to go ahead and explain this story, and hopefully this will help someone. I had a friend I was just speaking to the other day who told me that she would help one of her coworkers by just collecting money for her and just saving it for her in a box. She'd get a money order. It could be $10, and then she'd give her the money order. She'd sign it. That way she, understood that it was hers. She notarized it even to make her feel safe. Put it all in a shoebox, notarized all of these money orders, and eventually she had $10,000. And this was small increments of money over, she said, I think like a 2-year time frame. She said sometimes she would give her like tax returns, or, if she'd have extra money, she would just give it to her. So if you're one of those people like me who just has trouble, it's like it buries a hole in your pocket. If you're like that and you just want to spend your money when you have it, get a friend to help you, or, try to hide it from yourself. Put a lock on the box, Anyways, I hope that helped. Collective energy. I hope everyone is doing well. Please like and subscribe. That way I can read your energy. And the next reading, please feel free to comment what you would like me to speak about. I'm thinking about trying to do maybe more weekly readings or daily, just depending on who's interested. Again, I do offer personal readings, so my email will be linked below. Any questions, concerns, comments, please write them below, and please give me feedback on what you would like to see for the next reading. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, and I just want to wish you the most happiest of holidays if I don't see you. Thank you so much.